Good morning, sports fans of Lincoln and Logan County. You're in the cheap seats on 96.3 FM and WLCN online.com. We are here at Jake's Furnishings, and kind of a special day here on the cheap seats. Maybe the biggest, well, it's got to be the biggest giveaway that we've ever done on the show. The cheerleaders, the LCHS basketball cheerleaders, they are here today. We're going to draw for a winner of the Jake's Furnishings $2,200 furniture giveaway. The furniture is sitting right next to me. It's beautiful. There's time yet to get out here to Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road, to get tickets. $10 a piece will get you a chance to win $2,200 worth of furniture out here. It's already selected. It's a tan colored. If you're trying to match anything in your living room right now as you're listening. But there is a chair, a couch, 2 end tables, and it looks like a coffee table that would look nice in anybody's living room or man room or wherever you may want to put it. So come on out here at Jake's Furnishings, $10 going to a good cause for the LCHS basketball cheerleaders. We're going to draw that pretty much as close to the 10 o'clock hour as we can. We're going to be right in that 9:55. Right in there between 9:55 and 10 o'clock. So you've got some time. We want to give the listeners some time to get out here. If you've already bought a ticket, buy some more. Come on out. If you're not, stop out here. I know it's raining, but you can get in here, Jake's, real quick, get a couple tickets, and put your name in the drawing, and we'll draw it out. And maybe you'll have a nice Saturday afternoon with $2,200 worth of furniture. I'm Josh Komnick. Jake, my usual co-host, is in Destin, Florida, enjoying the sun and the heat as we are sitting here in Lincoln and Logan County enjoying pouring rain. But I got a very good friend of mine, Darrin Worth. Darrin Worth, thanks for coming in, Darrin.
No problem. I wish it was a better day. We could be outside right now.
That's right.
But a little rain.
Well, hopefully the rain passes. And one of the reasons Darrin has come in today for is the Lincoln Chill. There's a big tournament going on, really basically throughout town, Darrin, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But I know you are a Cubs expert, and that's one of the reasons why I brought you on to go over some of the Major League Baseball and some of the local things that have been happening here in Logan County. And one of the main things I've been reading and following is Catherine Hepler. The young golfer here from Lincoln. She's 16 years old. She shot an amazing 5 under, 67 on Thursday, and this is at the LPGA Futures tournament, which is over in Decatur. It's the Tate and Lyle, and she's only one of 3 amateurs that's in the tournament, and she shoots a 5 under on Thursday to really get her round going. Although yesterday she didn't have such a great day. She shot a 4 over 76. She was tied for second going into yesterday. Now it has moved her back to basically a tie for 30th. But what an accomplishment! Like I said, one of only 3 amateurs. She's 16 years old. She's playing with basically all pros. And Darrin, she can play some golf.
Well, and she's been very, very good for a while.
Right,
too.
You're right.
She's played pretty much all her life. I remember when she was like 12, 13, and she was still going to big tournaments and winning tournaments.
Sure, she's a 9-time winner of the State Journal Register Drysdale Tournament champion. Just an impressive career already, and still only 16. So she'll bounce back today. She's qualified for the rest of the tournament. She's got 36 holes left. So maybe if she can get a 5 under again and something down there, get right up there and possibly the top 10. But the 10 under is the leader right now in that tournament. So Catherine's got a little work to do, but definitely qualified. And what an accomplishment already at a young age for Catherine Hepler. Today, possibly, the Lincoln Legion is going to be at Pontiac at a doubleheader at 11 a.m. Not sure. Looking on the weather before I left, and the cell doesn't quite look like it'll reach Pontiac. So maybe they'll get that doubleheader in for the Lincoln Legion. Moving to Major League Baseball, Chicago Cubs. I'm sitting to the Logan County guru for Chicago Cubs, and somehow we beat the Yankees yesterday, 3-1.
Yeah, actually, finally the Cubs are actually playing pretty well. They're pitching well. They're getting timely hitting, but
we're so far back.
Yes, we're 9 back right now. Milwaukee and St. Louis has lost 7 in a row, but they're only still 1 game out from Milwaukee, just because the Cubs helped St. Louis, and you know, I hate to say that.
I know.
But we took 3 out of 4 from Milwaukee.
It's kind of nice to get a Cub guy in here once in a while. I usually am sitting next to Jake, and he's got his Cardinal gear on. I mean, I think he goes to a game every Saturday because he's got full out gear, Cardinal shirt, hat, shorts, underwear. I'm not sure what else he's got on. But, you know, I got a little Cub guy next to me that kind of works out. But Cubs win 3-1. That moves their record to 29-40. Yeah, like you said, still 9 games back. You know, the thing with the Cardinals is we lost that 8-game streak, but we were bad before that, so it really hurt us. The Cardinals lose 7 in a row now, and they're still 38-33, 1 game back, as you said.
Right, and I really think that by the end of the season, I think, you know, St. Louis probably has the best lineup and the best team. I think they're probably missing maybe 1 pitcher to go with that team, especially with Wainwright being out. They get another starter. I think they'll be – actually, the bullpen has been struggling for St. Louis, too, because – you know, some of the starters have been going deep, and then the bullpen has been giving it up. I know Franklin struggled really early in the season. I know he's blown 4 or 5 saves. I really don't think he's their reliever to close games anymore. So I think they're trying to actually find a stopper. But, you know, they get a couple pitchers down the stretch when the deadline is for getting players. I think St. Louis will be there. I really think Cincinnati Reds are going to be there, too. Milwaukee's got a decent team, but I just think it's going to be a two-horse race. Yeah, and that's going to be Kansas City was a winner over St. Louis. Mainly, one of the reasons was a costly error by Albert Pujols, the first baseman. There was an error in the 8th inning. Who was it?
Pujols.
Okay,
Albert, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Number 5, if you didn't know who he was. An 8th inning error by Albert Pujols allowed a run and some more to get in after that. 5-4, Kansas City was a winner. As you said, I'd like to say this again, 7 straight losses for the Cardinals. Yes. Boston was a winner over the Brewers, 10-4, and Toronto was a winner over Cincinnati, 3-2. So we got that interleague kind of play going on. And really, in the Central, the Cubs were about the only one that had good taste in their mouth from yesterday. Everybody else loses. That moves Milwaukee to 39-32. They're still atop. St. Louis 38-33, 1 game back. Cincinnati 37-34. They're 2 back. Pittsburgh just keeps on being steady Eddie. 35-34. They're 3 games back. And we talked about the Cubs 9 and Houston 13.5 back. So. And usually Pittsburgh will start out decent, but usually the fall. But they've been staying.
Yeah, they usually fall down.
Young talent, a new manager, you know, and it's kind of nice to see a low-market team staying, you know, competitive, and even though it's a bad division. I know the Central is a bad division. But, yeah, as you said, Darrin, Milwaukee will be there, I think. St. Louis will be there, and Cincinnati will be there. Could be a good race for the Central, at least, to watch.
I think so. And the Cubs, actually, their next series, I think, is against the White Sox. But it's unusual because usually – it's a weekend series, and now when the Yankees overlap the Chicago White Sox, and now White Sox Cubs play Monday through Wednesday, I think, and they usually draw a pretty good crowd. And then of course the Cardinals get their. I mean, I don't know if it's a rivalry or whatever. They play Kansas City Royals, but gosh, I would love to get a chance to just play the Kansas City Royals. Right. I mean, instead of the Yankees or the White Sox, because they're usually pretty decent.
Yeah, well, and we can get a little closer glimpse at Kevin Seitzer, the head coach at Kansas City too. So, a couple more scores in Major League Baseball. Washington was a winner over Baltimore, 8-4. Cleveland 5, Pittsburgh 1. Tampa Bay 5, Florida 1, Los Angeles 4, the New York Mets 3, Texas 6, Atlanta 2, Minnesota 6, San Diego 5, Colorado 13, and Detroit 6. And some of the White Sox and those scores were a little too late for my blood last night, so we didn't get a score on there. But all in all, baseball keeps going on, keeps plugging on. Rory McIlroy, first to hit 13 under at the U.S. Open, so he's rolling. A lot of people say he might be the next Tiger Woods, and man, can he hit the golf ball. Darrin, I want to get to you real quick before we get into the tournament and your team out with the Lincoln Chill. Mavs were a winner over this week in 6 games against the Heat. Was it something that you thought? Did you think the Mavs would win, or were you a Heat fan?
No, I'm definitely not a Heat fan. I wanted the Heat to lose just because of all the hype the 3 have gotten, and plus, you know, I really thought the Bulls could have took the Heat because
sure.
they led in every single game in the fourth quarter and ended up couldn't hold the lead. I mean, so we could have easily said the Bulls could have been, gotten beat by the Mavs. But yeah, I was for the Mavs. I think most of the world was for the Mavs. They wanted the Heat to lose, and it was good to see because Dirk Nowitzki, that's been, I remember the 2006 when they ended up getting beat. They took a 2-0 lead against the Heat and ended up getting swept after that. So it was good to see the Mavs beat the Heat, especially with all the hype that the Heat has. And LeBron James, I'm not a LeBron hater. I mean, I like him. I think he's one of the best athletes that I think the basketball has seen.
Sure.
He could do a lot of things for a big guy, 6'8", 6'9", that can just handle the ball, shoot. But it was good to see the Mavs taking over the Heat.
Yeah, I heard Cuban had a good time after the game too. I read an article, $110,000 he spent on the after party. And
has he ever had a bad time?
That was with a $20,000 tip he put down. $20,000 for a tip, and $90,000 on some other extracurriculars. So
just think, he could have been the Cubs owner.
Yeah, I wish he was. I wish he was. He's brought the Mavs up, and he's being more like an owner, which staying out of trouble and doing that kind of things. And it seems like the players enjoy him. So the Mavs win, of course, the NBA championship in 6 games. We got to take a quick commercial break, but we want you to join us out here at Jake's Furnishings, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road. We've got the LCHS basketball cheerleaders out here. They're doing their drawing with Jake's Furnishings, $2,200 worth of furniture giveaway. We're going to do it before the show ends, which is 10 o'clock. So you got to get out here and get some more tickets. 1100 Woodlawn Road. You're in the cheap seats. Josh Komnick here, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCN.online. Jake's Furnishing is where we're at, located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. We have a big drawing going on, the biggest in the cheap seats history. LCHS basketball cheerleaders are going to be drawing for a $2,200 value furniture giveaway, which would look good in anybody's living room as we are looking at it. 96.3 FM, WLCNonline.com. Josh Komnick and D-Dub, the coach, Darrin Worth, is joining me. And Darrin, hopefully there is a Lincoln Chill girls softball tournament going on here in Lincoln today. Of course, obviously it's raining. We're out here at Jake's right now watching it rain. And you're getting messages sent to you all the time. Are we playing? Are we playing? What's going on? They got a tarp on. Are you going to get out there and work the field? What's going on with the tournament?
Well, right now, we did start last night, and fortunate we got games in because it kept south of us. Sure. And I know Springfield got hammered, but we did get all the games in last night. They did start at 8 this morning. I got a couple texts before I got here saying that there was lightning around, so they delayed the game. And usually if there's the lightning, you got to delay at least 30 minutes. And then if it lightnings 10 minutes later, it's 30 minutes from that last lightning. So it could be a long day.
Yeah.
It is out at the rec center, and we are playing at the high school. The 10s are actually playing at the JV school at the high school, and 14s are playing at the varsity field at the high school. And the 12s, that's the biggest bracket. We have 18 teams.
Nice.
In the 12s bracket. That's the bracket I coach, Lincoln Chill, and there's I think 8 teams for the 10s and 8 for the 14s.
And when you say 10s, 12s, and 14s, that is their age and under, correct?
Yes. You got to be. You can turn 11 after January 1st and still play on the 10s, as long as you're 10 before January 1st.
Gotcha.
And or 12 January 1st or 14s, and then. So you can actually still be playing during that summer, even if you're 11. You can turn 11 January 2nd and still be able to play during that summer.
Gotcha.
So there is, and last night I know my daughter plays on the 10s actually, and they played the Tremont team, and man, I'd love to see their birth certificates. I mean, my daughter's not the biggest thing, but I mean, she was in center field, and there was a girl on second. I couldn't even sit out in center, and it was kind of funny. They are some big girls.
Yeah, I remember doing that same thing. And you played teams that were just monsters, facial hair, beard. And you're 12. What's going on here? My dad's in the background. Right. But a good thing going on for Lincoln Chill. basically is somewhat like the Lincoln Heat, although, of course, softball and for the girls. How long has the Chill been going on, and what kind of differences have you seen in the girls that go into junior high now and then into high school since the Chill program has started?
Well, it was crazy. Back, Randy Lurcher pretty much started the Lincoln Chill. We only had like one team, and we actually played the first team that we had. We played at LDC.
Oh.
And it was back in, I think 2001. It was about 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. We had his daughter that was like 7 or 8, Katie Conklin, you might remember,
sure.
Julianne Popish, Amanda Podbelsic. We had all those girls, but we played kind of local teams, and we weren't really very good. But I tell you what, from the start then to when they got into junior high and high school, I mean, they were really good players coming into high school. I mean, I named like 4 or 5 of them, and they were all pretty much all conference by the time they ended up getting to the varsity level.
Sure.
And a few of them went to actually play in college. I know Desiree pitched last year as a freshman for Lincoln College. So it's been going around for 10 years, and the girls. The thing is, I mean, there's a lot of sports going on, and that's fine. I want kids to play, every sport they can, especially, even in through high school,
right.
At least freshman year. You need to try every sport you can, and then after that, you can kind of get in a mindset to where you really want to go.
Right.
And sometimes the kids will pick so early and just stick with one sport and go that away. But I like to see kids, just go into and play 3, 4 different sports, and because they need to have fun. They need to get out there and do things.
Sure.
And right now, I mean, Chill started with one team, and that was the 10 and under. And now we have 3 teams,
right.
10s, 12s, 14s, and we used to have a 16s. I used to coach a 16s a couple of years ago. But usually, right when they get into high school, it's I don't know if it's just playing other sports or boys. I was just getting to that.
License.
Yeah. So they kind of go the separate ways
sure.
when they get into high school.
You've been with the Chill, as far as I know, pretty much since the existence. What is your role at the Chill and the organization? You've got to have people that run it. You've got to have people that put on this tournament. Right. You've got to get uniforms, all the little things that go on. What do you do in the organization, and how much time does it take up for you? It's a lot of time.
Right. It was crazy. When I first started, I didn't even have kids. I helped Randy, assistant coach, and then I guess God knew that I was doing this girls sports, so
he gave me 2 girls.
So now actually my oldest one's into it, but I started with helping Randy, kind of a vice president, what do you call it? I mean,
sure.
We really didn't have a president, vice president until about 4 years, until we got in a bigger
right.
10s, 12s, and 14s, and then Randy ran it for a few years, and then his daughter kind of got out of it, and then of course, I mean, I got kind of thrown into it or whatever, so I ended up being the president for a couple years, running the tournament. I think this tournament's been going around, I think 4 years, and I remember the first tournament when we had out there, we had like 2 to 3 inches of rain during the whole weekend.
So you're going to say basically like right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was about like that, but the thing is, it was overnight most of the time and into the morning, and we'd go out there 4 or 5 in the morning. There would be about 10, 11 of us, parents and stuff. We'd go out there, work the fields, still get the fields ready by 9, and we ended up the first year getting that tournament in, I mean, with 2 to 3 inches of rain. And I remember because the Heat had to cancel their whole tournament that whole weekend, and it was pretty nice. I mean, we made like I think $4,000 during that weekend in that tournament. So and it seems like every Lincoln Chill we've got rain. I mean, it's funny. They must have set that out,
right.
That weekend that it's going to rain, and every year we have gotten the Lincoln Chill tournament in. So.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can get it in again this year, although it is raining really hard now out here at Jake's Furnishings, 1100 Woodlawn Road. Real quick, Darrin, before we let you go and you put your poncho on and go start working those fields, how many tournaments? We were talking right before you got off that you're going to Bloomington, all that kind of thing. Where else are you going this year with the girls, and how many tournaments are you in over the summer?
We usually have about 5 tournaments. That's counting the state. and it's usually, especially for the 12s and 14s, usually when you get older, you have to wait longer to start because they're in track or other sports. So we are actually going to, our 12s are going to East Peoria next weekend. And then I think we're going to Springfield, the UIS complex. It's a real nice complex.
Nice, yeah.
But East Peoria has that east side.
Yeah, and Bloomington, you're right. I mean, those tournaments you drive on the highway every weekend, you can see a tournament going on there.
And that's usually the tournaments that we are, again, we were in Pontiac. We went 3-0 in Pontiac out of, I think there was like 24 teams in the 12 bracket. We ended up getting fourth in that tournament because we went 3-0 in our pool play. Then, of course, it poured down rain that Sunday, so they had to go by records and then runs scored. So we ended up getting fourth in that tournament. And then we are playing state, I think July 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So it's like 4-day, and there's like 60-some teams for 12s in that bracket. So it's so we play probably 40-some games and probably just a little bit over a month.
Yeah, so, a lot of travel.
Yeah, and we only play once during. I kind of scheduled to where we only play once during the week. It's our day is Tuesdays,
right?
And it's at home, and I didn't get any traveling, so the parents could thank me for not traveling.
Right.
Yeah, so so then we'd practice on Thursday, and then we have tournaments pretty much. We have one weekend off, and that was last weekend.
Yeah, very busy for you as a parent and coach of a different team.
Right.
Very busy for the parents of the athletes and things like that. But
yeah, the good thing is I get to see Sid a little bit, but sometimes it's better that I don't see her a lot playing, just because she's probably thinking me too. So I don't get on to her and yell at her and that. So
she'll get enough of that at home. But hey, Darrin, we want to thank you for coming out. We know you got a lot going on here this weekend, but we'll get you back in here maybe before you hit the state tournament and see how the season's going. I want to thank you for coming in.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
We're going out here at Jake's Furnishing. Still got that drawing going on for the LCHS basketball cheerleaders drawing. Jake's Furnishings give away $2,200 worth of furniture. Get out here and get a ticket. We're going to take a quick commercial break, be back with a very special guest that's going to be leaving Logan County and Lincoln High School. We'll be back in a couple minutes. You're in the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 and WLCNonline.com.